Hello and welcome to Larissa's Kitchen. Next up on the parade of sandwiches are chicken gyros. Now these happen to be my favorite sandwiches. First off, we've got to marinate the chicken in our yogurt sauce, so let's get started with that. Alright, we need to start off with a couple of tablespoons of yogurt. Now I like full-fat yogurt, and this is Greek, it's strained, which means there's not a lot of water. So we'll get started with a couple of heaping tablespoons of that. We're also going to need the juice of 1 lemon, or that's around a 1/4 cup. We're also going to need a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. 6 to 7 cloves of garlic. Now this doesn't have to be minced too finely because this is just a marinade, so it won't end up in our finished product. About a tablespoon of dried oregano, and about a teaspoon of kosher salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. Those are going in there. Alright, we also need a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Alright, let's get this all whisked together. Okay, you also need enough chicken to feed the number of people you want to feed. Now I'm feeding 5, so I have 5 pieces of chicken. And we need to cut this up, and you can cut it into cubes if you like, but I actually like it in thin, longer strips. I think it holds the marinade better, and I think it's easier to put it on the sandwich. So let's get started cutting this up. Alright, once you've got your chicken cut up, we're going to go ahead and put these pieces in the marinade. Now they need to stay in the marinade for at least an hour. You could put them in there for up to 4 hours, but they definitely don't need to go in there overnight. Diesel, this is not for kitties. Okay, make sure everything is covered, and then we'll get this covered and it's going in the refrigerator. Okay, it's time to cook this chicken. Now I actually like grilling this chicken better than frying it in a pan. But with it cut so thinly, you're wondering how on earth can I grill it without it falling through all the grates? Well, that's where a grilling skillet comes in handy. So it's got all these little holes in it so that the flames can come through with a detachable handle if you want to close the lid. Works perfectly. So let's go out and get that grill going. Okay, let's get these chicken gyros put together. Now normally you'd expect me to use a pita, but I actually don't like pita bread. I think it's too much bread for the whole sandwich. So I like to use lavash bread. It's another Middle Eastern bread. It's very flat and it's square, so it rolls up perfectly. So let's get these put together. Okay, we're going to start with a little bit of lettuce. Now this is romaine lettuce that I have very finely chopped. And we want to make our gyro to the top 2/3 of our bread because we're going to fold it in and then roll it over. So we don't want it to go all the way to the bottom. Okay, now a few pieces of chicken. Of course, some wonderful raw onion, sliced very thinly. Now you could use red onion. I actually didn't have a red onion, so I'm using just a white, regular white cooking onion. That's just as good. Now you could use tomatoes, but I think it actually makes this sandwich a little too runny. And then this is a yogurt sauce, and the recipe for this yogurt sauce follows this episode. So you can put as much or as little on there as you like, and I actually like quite a bit. You could also use tzatziki, but I think this tastes better. Okay, now let's roll it together. So fold the bottom half up, roll it in one side, roll it in the other. And there's your perfect chicken gyro. So let's get this plated and tasted. Okay, let's give this chicken gyro a taste. Now I've got some falafel on my plate here. That is actually an Alton Brown recipe, and I make it exactly the way that he's got it on the internet. So if you want to look that up, you can. This is delicious.